morning, West Leiden.
Welcome back to another edition of WLTV.
We are your hosts, Edith
and Jill.
Today is National Kentucky Day, so don't forget to grab yourself a bucket of fried chicken.
Also, it's October, meaning it's National Breast Cancer Month. Precious is on the scene with an inside scoop on breast cancer and people who are affected by it.
Thanks, Jill and Eileen. I'm here with Miss Berger, who is a two-time survivor of breast cancer. So, Miss Berger, when were you first diagnosed?
I was diagnosed 13 years ago and then again 9 years ago.
What was the treatments that you had to go through for this?
The treatment I had to go through was each time I needed a mastectomy, and then they did a reconstruction. I did not have any chemo. They did do drug therapy with round 2, but I didn't like the side effects, so I quit after 2 months.
What were the struggles throughout the process?
Once you're first diagnosed, your life just becomes a whirlwind of doctor's appointments, trying to take care of what's going to happen when you're in the hospital. I have a daughter, so I needed to make arrangements for her while I was out of sorts and incapacitated during all of this. So it really consumes your life. I would say when you're diagnosed, you need to plan for a year of not really having your normal life back because there's constant doctor's appointments and checkups. Emotionally, round 1 was much harder for me. I felt like I was damaged goods, and I became very depressed. Round 2 was a little different. I'm like, okay, here we go again. Let's buckle down and get ready for the role.
And do you have any advice out there for the young girls?
My first advice would be you really need to take care of yourself. Lay off the sugar, the pop, any of the artificial stuff that's out there. Exercise. Cancer loves sugar. Most importantly, you need to do self-exams, and you need to make sure that you're going to the doctor and getting checked. I was blessed with early diagnosis, so I didn't need chemo, so that was a blessing, but it only happened because we found it early.
Thank you, Ms. Berger.
Also, the girls' cross-country team will be selling t-shirts this week for $12. If you buy one today in the student cafeteria, you get free admission to the football game with the shirt. For more information, go to www.nationalbreastcancer.org. On this website, you can find resources about any questions you might have and how to ask about getting checked. And of course, you can donate.
Back to the studio.
Thank you, Precious. I've been feeling really stressed out lately.
Oh, really? Did you know we have a group of students here at Leiden called the Peer Leaders and Peer Mediators who can help you out with that?
No, can you explain?
I can't, but Nathan, a peer leader himself, is here with a little more information about this amazing opportunity Leiden has to offer.
Thanks, Eileen. So I'm here with a few different peer leaders and peer mediators to talk about the differences and what they do and the scheduling. So Miriam, what is a peer leader and what do they do?
So a peer leader is basically a group of around 25 students who were chosen because our peers think that we're trustworthy enough to confide in. And basically what we do is if you don't feel comfortable telling a problem to an adult, you could tell us, and almost everything is confidential, excluding things, of course, such as suicide, any abuse, and substance abuse.
So Johanna, what is a peer mediator and what do they do?
A peer mediator is someone who focuses on more of the conflict side of things. So it's usually two peer mediators in a room with the 2 or more students who requested the mediation, and we try to look at both sides of the problem and unbiasedly and try to come up with a solution that works for both of them.
So Kiara, what are the differences between peer leader and peer mediators, and who are the different advisors?
So peer mediators focus on a conflict that involves 2 or more students, and a peer leader is a one-on-one, and they talk about their issues they have, which they come to us. The advisors for peer leaders is Miss Landau and Miss Dewey, and then for peer mediators, it's Mr. Truesdale. And it's also very important to use our resources, and you can find us at Student Services.
How do you make an appointment with a peer leader and a peer mediator?
To make an appointment with the peer leader, you come down to Student Services and you ask to make an appointment, and the form has you get to choose the top 2 people that you want to make an appointment with. And then for a peer mediator, you come down to Student Services as well, and you'll get a form and you choose what the conflict is, and you'll get a pass for both of them to come down for your scheduled appointment.
And now, back to the studio.
Wow, that actually helped a lot. Thanks, Nathan. Speaking about the great opportunities we have here at Leiden, we had the privilege to speak with a few kids in AP Psychology about an experiment they did on kids.
We have Derek with the inside scoop.
Thank you, Jelani. I'm here with Ms. Radusha telling us about the experiments been going on. Can you tell us what the students have been studying?
Sure, the students have been studying child development and they're focusing on cognitive development, which is how the thinking of children changes, and moral development, how they reason about making moral decisions.
Can you tell us what the activity is for?
So the students have been studying cognitive development in children and moral development in children, and so they're doing the work of psychologists and trying to figure out what stage of development the children are in. So they designed the tests and activities for the children, and yesterday they tested younger children, and today they tested older children, and then they're going to compare the two groups.
Thank you, Ms. Rodisha.
And a quick shout out to my 2nd and 10th period AP Psych classes.
I'm here with Alonzo. And Alonzo, how do you feel being asked challenging questions by high schoolers?
Excited because we got to do different experiments.
Which one was your favorite?
The Play-Doh one when we had to see which one was heavier.
All right, thank you, Alonzo. And back to the studio.
Thanks, Derek.
Hey, Edith, you know what I've been craving now that it's spooky season?
Halloween cookies.
But I've never made any before.
Never hurts to try.
Right now?
Right now.
Wait, you're not Edith.
It's spooky season. Let's go.
That's our job. But we're not in our town of home.
Welcome to Cooking with Jill and Eileen.
Today we're going to be making some spooky cookies.
Here's what you're going to need. Some cookie icing, some candy eyeballs, some sprinkles, and cookie dough. Get some flour to sprinkle on your cooking surface.
Okay, so with whatever cookie dough you guys have, you guys are going to cut the cookie into whatever shape you guys want, a spooky shape, and then we're gonna transfer it to our cooking pan. So now you're gonna cut your cookies into spooky shapes. We did a graveyard, a ghost, a bat, and a pumpkin.
Now preheat your oven to 350 degrees, stick your cookies in, and cook them from 12 to 15 minutes. Now that your cookies are done out of the oven, take them out, let them cool, and now you can decorate.
And here are our Halloween cookies.
I hope you guys enjoyed this segment. And back to the studio.
Those were really good. Thanks a lot, Eileen and Jill.
And thanks for watching, West Leiden. Make sure to go home and make yourself some spooky cookies. And don't forget, next week is French Week.
Good luck to all of our Eagles performing this weekend, and a special shout out to our football team on their last home game.
And don't forget, go Eagles! Thank you for all.
Good morning, West Leiden.
Wait, do it again.
Good morning.
Welcome to
Cooking with Jill
and Eileen.
I didn't even know you were